We just had a great debate, 2 hours of all 7 candidates for mayor in Winnipeg's 2014 civic election debate on ShawTV. But did they change anyone's mind? My media panel joins us now. First, Bartley Kivas from the Winnipeg Free Press. Who stood out? Who changed minds tonight?
I don't know who changed minds. I was amazed that Paula Havixbeck, who has been kind of, let's face it, a non-factor in this race, actually managed to attract attention and be credible. Brian Bowman sounded not like the nice guy he projects often, but like an angry, intense.
He was pretty intense.
He was really intense, and one of his put-downs of Steve's actually almost made me feel, I really didn't feel empathy for him.
But you felt uncomfortable.
I did feel uncomfortable.
And Marcy Marcuso, CBC Radio, what do you think, who won?
I don't know if there was a clear winner. Some nights there are clear winners in these things. I think that it was interesting to see Judy and Gord draw lines and be really clear about the fact that their votes for them mean completely different things. So that's interesting to see in a discussion like this. I think Robert Falcon-Ouellette to me came across pretty focused and pretty passionate. And I would sort of build on what Bart said about Bowman, where he stood out to me tonight, but mostly because I did find he seemed angry. He seemed like he was throwing out sort of barbs that did go unanswered. And so I don't know if he's trying to position himself in that way, but it stood out. But Judy probably held her own the best tonight.
She threw it back at Bowman at this one point that where his attempt to get at her really backfired on him. And for people who watched that, they would have seen this as an experience issue, which is really not the point Bowman was trying to make.
So did Brian Bowman differentiate himself from Gord Steeves on the right or from his opponent on the left, Judy Wasilishali's? Colin Fast from Metro Winnipeg.
I'm not really sure. I mean, Brian tried to, carve out a spot in the middle for himself, and I don't know whether he really moved vote tonight or not. I have to say the one that I was impressed with the most, I think, was actually Gord Steeves. I think during this campaign, whether it's the Facebook controversy or ducking some of the debates, there's this perception of big bad Gord Steeves, and I think the Gord that we saw tonight is the one that people who've spent time at City Hall know. He's an engaging guy. He's a funny guy, and I think a lot of people at home probably had it was their first chance to see that tonight.
I also thought, building on what Gord Steeves did tonight, that I hadn't seen him do before was he's been a bit lone wolf at a lot of the events, and tonight throwing a question actually to Ouellette was an extremely interesting tactic as far as these discussions go.
I think it was a brilliant move. I mean, he sort of elevates Ouellette, who has the potential to maybe take some vote away from Wasilishali's, and at the same time he kind of co-opted Ouellette to take a shot at Bowman.
So we saw some personality clashes. That's the entertaining part. But we also heard about the issues. So did taxes stand out? Did bus rapid transit stand out? What do you think people came away with as the top issue they might go to the ballot box with?
I think we can sit and pat ourselves on the back for a while and about all the tough questions we asked and the funny moments. But in reality, they really did go back to their talking points. We didn't really hear anything new from anybody. Again, they just sort of positioned themselves. This was all about scoring points and like you say, making themselves feel more or look and appear more approachable. And Gord Steeves is a person I've always known to be, this kind of engaging, fun person, and he's a very good orator. And I guess maybe he did win the debate in the sense that he had the most to gain from that. He didn't win the debate on issues, he won the debate on projection.
What do you think, Marcy Marcus? Do we have a winner in the debate in Gord Steeves?
I think he probably showed up. Maybe he came across more as a leader tonight, maybe. I don't know if he planned to come in wanting to look more that way. He seemed to be speaking more, this is just pure politics, but he seemed more open to the panelists and speaking and collaborating. I think there was a bit of an image shift at play tonight maybe for Gord Steeves. And as far as these types of debates and televised events go, that can improve how people are going to view you. So,
off the wall moment of our debate tonight.
There was I think Michelle Fillion talking about the air raid sirens was definitely one of them. Judy's confession to being a chronic speeder was another one. And I think Steve's answer to do you think that hiring Phil Sheagle as CAO was a mistake was that was the highlight to me, actually. It was I was genuinely laughing at that.
Also his calculator joke. Well, how I got to 12, I took 3 and I put it into 4 times, and I can double check with my campaign manager. But oh man, it's funny stuff. Again, though, does funny stuff inform people on how they vote? Okay, great. I'm being a real fun guy right now.
So do you think people came away with enough to make more of an informed decision than before this debate?
I think if people have just been starting to pay attention now, because we in the media, of course, follow these things and issues for months, so we know what message track is when Bart refers to that. We know what the answers we've heard before are. I think, say, an average Winnipegger that's trying to get a sense of these candidates and what they stand up for and what they believe in will have come away with the understanding of, as you put it, those issues where they differ. Taxes, bus rapid transit, vision or not. So I think people would have got a sensibility around them in that way. But I don't know, I do agree with Bart, I don't know that they brought anything different out tonight than they have been taking around.
Thanks very much to my media panel. Bart Kivas from the Winnipeg Free Press, Marcia Marcusa from CBC Radio, Colin Fast from the Metro Winnipeg. Look for more replays of our debate on ShawTV. Thanks very much for joining us.